Polygon show. I'm Simone de Rochefort, and I'm here today with Ashley O.
Hello.
Wonderful Ashley. Chelsea Stark.
Hello.
And Allegra Frank.
Hi.
Welcome back. And we have another friend, which I don't know if we're going to talk about or not. Maybe was I not supposed to talk about it? What do you call that?
Yeah, what's the actual thing again? Otamatone.
Yeah.
Otamatone. So basically, I think the reason Ashley's playing with this is there's this freaking horrible Kirby Otamatone that I hate. And I wrote a very upset post about it.
Can you guys explain?
An otamatone
Yeah.
is a Japanese instrument. It's a ribbon controller, so you'll see there aren't any notes. Basically, it's like a little ball at the end with a protruding stem.
It kind of looks like a music note.
Yeah, it looks like a music note, and you rub the stem up and down to produce notes.
You also have to
As
squeeze
one
his
does.
mouth.
You also
It's
have to
gotta-
squeeze the little. I called it a ball sack in my post, and I'm not sure how that got on the
That's
website.
wrong.
Well,
Well,
you know,
it's like it all.
you can't say that I didn't let you just like be creative for once, okay?
Chelsea owed me after the butthole incident.
Oh, right. That's true.
You only get one. Well, I'm sure that our Otamatone friend will be coming back intermittently to destroy my life and derail the show. I have a brief aside for our listeners who may be going to the Polygon live show at PAX East. We would love to know what you personally would like us to bring to a live panel. We have some ideas, but we also want feedback from the audience so that we don't like completely blow up our show and then everyone's like, what was that? What did I just witness? So if you want to see Ashley do an hour-long concert performance with the Otamatone, please let us know. She has been rehearsing for days, and it is driving us all out of our minds. Also, one of the segments that we have an idea for is basically like a March Madness shipping bracket. With just random characters, not ships. So if you have any characters that you would like us to see argue about on stage, you should email those to polygonshow@polygon.com. We're going to be going through and kind of putting together our own bracket. So like, your favorite characters. Jacob Fry is probably going to be on the list. Don't send that. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. It's valuable. Let's have a lightning round.
Don't look at me.
Why is the hands? Why not the hands, Allegra? This is from a bear Emily or Abe R. Miley. It's a bear Emily.
It's a bear Emily.
Because their last name is Hébert. So it's a bear. It's a bear. It's French. Okay, it's a French joke. I love you. What games would you suggest for someone who just impulse bought a Switch but isn't familiar at all with Nintendo games? Oh, Emily, you have come to the right show. All right, Allegra, I'll start with you because I'm sure you have recommendations.
Mario Kart, Mario Odyssey, Stardew Valley. Let's see what else.
Night in the Woods.
Night in the Woods might be fun.
Snake Pass, I enjoyed a lot, but I didn't play more than like an hour of it.
I
Okay, no on Snake Pass. We're going to talk about it later. I agree with everything you said. Do you have anything? Breath of the Wild. Do you have anything to add, Chelsea?
I was thinking like Overcooked is really fun and Celeste is really fun. Those
Yeah.
I feel like Celeste and Breath of the Wild are a little too overwhelming for someone who's never.
She didn't say they didn't.
I think
It's just
Celeste.
not familiar with Nintendo games, not familiar with video games.
Oh, Sonic Mania is super good actually. It's like Sonic remixed. I think it's
Okay.
Get every Sonic game.
It's like every
For my
Sonic
sake.
game's best moment remixed into more interesting levels.
Okay. And the argument for Night in the Woods. Actually, do you want to give a 10-second argument for Night in the Woods?
Oh, it's just. I mean, it's pretty easy. It has very little platforming. It's mostly just kind of explore. It's like a side-scrolling thing. It has really good dialogue.
Good ass story game. Good ass life destroying emotional story game. And then Zelda is just like if you want open world like beautifulness / the ability to run around for hours and kind of lose yourself.
You can play. I think you can play Breath of the Wild not knowing anything else about Zelda.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know shit about Zelda, so yeah. Next question, please. I hope that helped Emily Hébert. This is from Chow.
Oh, hi, Chow.
Hi again. Would you rather be a Pokemon or a Pokemon master? If Pokemon, which one? True lightning round style, the way that we originally formatted it. And I will start with Chelsea.
Master.
Okay. Allegra.
Master.
Why are you so sad about it?
Because I
Ashley.
could be a Charmander.
What would you want? Okay.
I want to be a master of
Lightning round.
Charmander. Go.
Ah, Ashley.
Neither. I want no part of the dog fighting.
Whoa. Okay. Pokemon Master for me as well. Yes. Okay. Next question. This is from MEHDK_DK. Which game character do you personally believe shares your worldview the most? Oh my God. What is my worldview though? That everything is probably okay. Yeah. Yeah. Who's that optimistic? Probably like fucking
Some RPG character.
some Nintendo character.
Mhm.
Maybe I want to say maybe Josephine from Dragon Age Inquisition. Caveat, I have not played that, and my understanding of her is mostly from fandom. But I gather she's kind of like a very optimistic, like sort of sheltered even royal character.
I know her voice actress. Her name's
yeah.
Allegra
She's
too.
super cool.
And she is really
Yeah,
cool.
She's
So
great.
can
I
see
love
that.
her. Chelsea, what about you?
I would actually say Prince Sidon from Breath of the Wild
For you?
for me, because I'm like fucking optimistic
You're
and gonna
just
cheer people
fucking-
on. Yeah, because I'm a shark you want to fuck. That's
What?
it.
What?
No.
This came out of nowhere.
Usually does. No, because I feel like Prince Sidon is so like optimistic the whole game, and he's just like such a like, hey, we're gonna do this thing, and
Okay, I like that. That's very cute. And not horny at all.
nah.
Ashley, what about you?
Sandra Cohen from BioShock.
Wow.
That's fair.
We are. I think Simone understands.
I do
more
understand.
than others.
We watched Hannibal together the other day. It was
Yeah.
a good time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so Sandra Cohen wants to make art out of everything. He wants to make everything beautiful, and he's also a very scary murder man.
Not really.
He's great.
He's an aesthetic murder man.
Yeah, he's
very good.
I love him. I think that if you kill him, you're making objectively the wrong decision.
My friend made me kill him,
That's-
and I will always
Oh,
be upset.
I will.
about that.
I never kill him. He's
Name and
fantastic.
shame. Name and shame.
Nick Freeman.
Rude.
Mr. Freeman.
Allegra, what character shares your worldview the most?
Okay, I have two ideas. One of them, I played this game at GDC called Small Talk. It's so cool. It's not out yet, but they had it at GDC, and the whole game is like a party at the end of the world. So everyone's just like super nihilistic, and every time you talk to them, they're like, "What was the point of my existence? I don't know that I actually lived a life worth living." And it's like, yo, I get all of you people. Like literally at a party, they're all saying these like existential things. So either that, or I guess I like May. I think she's from Night in the Woods. She's very like snarky and kind of sad.
Yeah, I feel that.
Mhm.
Next question, please. This is from Ross. Oh no, Roscoe. What would your Ready Player One avatar be, and why is it Mimikyu? Okay. So our VR avatar is for living in the Oasis. Chelsea, what would yours be, and why is it Mimikyu?
No, it's not Mimikyu. It's so close though. I kept looking at a lot of promo art for Kirby Star Allies because I had to lay out the review. And there's a little creature that's like a blue ball, and its tongue, it goes like, wow, out of its mouth.
I showed that to Allegra. She said she hated it.
I love it.
It looks,
Why do you hate it if it has a long
what does it
tongue?
do?
That's why I hate it.
What's its name,
just-
Chelsea?
I don't know. I don't know what its name is because it's not a Kirby character I'm familiar with. So if you
Lick a
want-
tongue.
Yeah, lick a tongue. So I would just basically bounce around Allegra and follow her.
Oh my god!
I found the picture.
Stop it! Stop! I found it. No, it's a different one.
Basically looks like
Okay.
a slime, right? With
This
a
is
really
what I
long
want.
No,
tongue.
it's like
That's even worse.
It's a perfect blue sphere whose eyes are going in like crazy angles, and its tongue is like this, like so much longer than its whole body.
Chelsea
It's
has
hanging out of its
described it
mouth.
perfectly. It has
Yeah.
a tongue that kind of looks like the Otamatone, or a mouth that looks like the Otamatone. I
Oh,
wish
it
the
does.
Otamatone had a tongue. Sort of like just kind of a gaping maw.
Yeah.
Like a very long mouth, a long red mouth, and it's a blue ball, and that's same. Can we have the same avatar? Like, is that allowed, Chelsea?
That's fine. We'll just have different color like tongues or something.
Okay. Because I feel like everything from Kirby Star Allies resonated with me personally a lot,
Oh,
except
yeah.
for that horrible ape creature.
Oh, yeah, that was upsetting.
I didn't like that. Ashley, what would your avatar be, and why is it Mimikyu?
Well, it's not Mimikyu, first of all.
Wow, Ross. Wow.
Wrong again, Ross.
But so wait, I'm confused with the Ready Player One, you can have like a base it on a pre-existing character, but then you can also make your own, right?
This is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, I think so.
You could be
Okay, but if I had to borrow from a preset one,
Mm-hmm.
the raccoon from Donut County, the upcoming Annapurna interactive game.
yes. Would you have loose donuts?
Yes, I would. I'd have a motorbike with loose donuts on the back, and then when I drive off, they fall off. So I have to get off my cart, and I have to be like, I'm so sorry. Hold on. I got to get my donuts.
That's such a good idea.
I don't need a bag.
Your entire gameplay experience would just be trying to keep donuts in your cart. I love
There's
it.
no basket. It's just on
There's
the
no
back seat.
basket. There's no basket. She
hope-
could make a basket, a
I
virtual
hope
basket,
Allegra
which
has
is
a
all-
good one of these.
Please, Allegra, tell us your Ready Player One avatar and why it's
She's
Mimikyu.
like making a face like
She's had a lot of time to think about it.
It would not be Mimikyu. God,
Unbelievable.
there is a Digimon skewing a little bit away from my usual Digimon. It's a yellow piece of poop that has eyes and a mouth, and I would be him.
What's his name?
I can't remember. Look up like Shitmon. He's literally a sentient
Oh,
piece
I
of
remember
crap.
him.
Yeah.
That's his name?
I don't
Oh
remember
yeah, he
what his
does look.
name
He's
is.
kind of a scary piece of poop. Like this is not as cute as I thought a piece of poop
No,
would be.
it's not
It
cute.
says Sukamon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about the poop emoji, kind of think about that general shape, but then like a huge mouth with teeth,
Lots of teeth.
very long tongue.
Mhm.
So like I don't think that you get to talk shit about the Kirby
So
creature.
here's the thing. I would end up in the Ready Player One world, and like this would have just happened to me. Like I would have glitched on the way
Oh.
in, and then I would just be a floating or like a talking piece of shit.
and it's stuck that way.
Yeah, and I would not be happy.
This
But
is really sad.
yeah. I like that you created a backstory for your
I'm glad.
glitching all the way
right.
down.
Let's move on to what we're playing and kind of what we're watching. So, Chelsea, we'll
yeah.
start with you.
oh boy.
Dragon Ball.
I'm
Yeah.
so excited about this.
I know.
Dragon Ball.
I saved
Yes.
this for Allegra being back because
Oh,
I knew she'd be excited.
I love Dragon Ball.
I'm watching the original Dragon Ball series, not Dragon Ball Z, on which is streaming on Funimation.
Can we just say the picture behind us is of little Goku and little Krillin?
Aw,
Fist bumping.
they're so little. Their limbs are so stumpy.
I feel like I'm being checked on my weeb cred because I didn't know that there was an original Dragon Ball series that wasn't Dragon Ball
Really?
Z.
What?
Yeah.
What the hell?
This is the perfect pitch. I can pitch why you should watch this because it's very good. I'd watched like bits and pieces of it when it was on because I think they eventually put it on Toonami, and but I've never like sat down and watched it in continuity. It is so much goofier than Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is like, we're gonna power up and be serious forever. This is like an extremely goofy show. It really relies on a lot of like child aimed kind of toilet humor, which is not I wouldn't
Same.
but yeah, like it's ridiculous. Like the episode recently that we watched made us laugh so hard because it was almost like a Looney Tunes cartoon. Goku was fighting this ninja and this guy was hiding underwater, like breathing through a reed, and Goku brought a hot kettle of water and poured it down the reed.
Oh no.
And it was like, I don't know, but the whole cartoony campiness of like this kid who is kind of stupid often.
Is he always a kid in the show?
He's always. I don't know because I'm on season 2.
Yeah, he is.
But he's he's like he's 12.
How did I not know that there was a prequel Dragon Ball that was about Goku as a child?
It's the
Where
first
have I
one.
been? No, this is my Bernstein Bears moment.
Yeah, this is great because literally at the start he is in the woods. His grandfather figure has died. And he's all alone. He's just like not had any contact with humans. So he knows nothing. He doesn't even know how to count. He didn't know how he was 12 because he's like, I couldn't count past 10.
He couldn't even count past 9,000.
Yes.
Welcome to Old Memes. I'm Simone de Rochefort, and I'll be your host.
So something that's interesting though, so like if I watched Dragon Ball Z first and then Dragon Ball because Toonami, like that's how they showed it.
Yes.
And when I watched Dragon Ball, I was like really surprised because it is really funny. And I love Dragon Ball. It's one of my favorite anime ever. And I don't really like Dragon Ball Z. But what's interesting is one, this came before Dragon Ball Z. So like this was everyone in Japan's entry point, right?
Mhm.
And then to have it shift so dramatically to like pretty serious Dragon Ball Z must have been really surprising. But this is actually really common in Japan, where a lot of like the best known creators start with like silly, lighthearted comedy manga. And Akira Toriyama, who made Dragon Ball, he like, that was what his thing was. Like, he first broke it big with this manga called Dr. Slump, which is just like stupid, wacky, Looney Tunes-esque, and then moved on to Dragon Ball and then made a huge left turn. And it's so interesting still to me that like that is the one that like came to define him. That was like his one really serious
It's
one.
just so weird because, oh, yay, it's a picture of Goku on his cloud flying Nimbus. But like, there's weird characters. Like, there's a woman who, when she sneezes, she like changes
Launch.
personality. And she
her.
like becomes, when she sneezes, she becomes like a murderous like villain who wants to kill everyone. And then her hair turns blonde, and then she sneezes again, and her hair's back to blue, and she's just like, oh, hee hee. That was fun.
Also, Master Roshi is really horny.
He's the horniest. Like, not even like, oh, Teddy was horny. No, this guy's actually horny. And
But he's always horny. He's horny.
yeah,
in
but
Dragon
you
Ball Z,
see
too.
him like, because you see so much of Master Roshi in this.
Oh my god, he's young.
he's
think?
young, no, relative, but he's
He's young.
he's young. He's like,
Oh my god, he has Ray-Bans.
you have to think about the fact that it's like a lot more normal for kids to joke about boobies in Japan, because he's obsessed with boobies, and that's basic. And I'm gonna call him boobies, not any other word, because that is basically the tone of the show.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
It's very like, if you understand Japanese culture, like, that's fine, but it is definitely a little weird to watch that. You're like, whoa, I turned down the horn.
Are you watching it in English or Japanese?
This is like one of the few animes I feel like the dub is so
The
good.
dub is really good, but what's funny is like the Japanese voice actress is the same, like for young Goku is the same for older Goku.
Yes, so it's Grandma. That's Goku is kind of the
fantastic.
reason that I'm like, ooh, I
Yeah.
know some people love her and that voice, but I'm like, this is
So weird.
it's so weird. But yeah, I've watched a few episodes in Japanese, and it's funny to hear them use like the 5-year-old, like a 5-year-old's vocabulary for things like a penis and stuff. They're like chin chin, which is like how you say wiener. It's
Thank you for this beautiful insight into
I'm
the
sorry.
world of Dragon
I'm just
Ball.
I'm saying like it's so like
And children.
made for 5-year-olds and adult women apparently.
Allegra, you have been playing Detective Pikachu,
I have.
which I'm very excited about. But why? Okay, so unfortunately, what I have gleaned from not reading your coverage of it and only reading headlines is that Pikachu is also horny.
Yeah, he's thirsty.
Why?
So I was talking. Was it
Why?
To you, Ashley? I don't remember. He's thirsty more than horny.
Okay,
So
thirst.
he thirst. And he thick too. So basically, Detective Pikachu is about this talking Pikachu. The only person who can understand him is this boy named Tim, who's also thirsty. And they're trying to find Tim's dad, who Pikachu used to be like the partner of. And then he went missing. And so Pikachu's just like without a partner, and no one can understand him except him. So they just like hang out together and solve mysteries, like step by step, trying to figure out the mystery of Harry Goodman's disappearance. And on the way there,
Sorry.
Harry's
Harry
one of those
Goodman.
names where when I think about it, I'm fine with it, and then I try to write it like for a character, and I'm like, I can't get behind this because it's like it's Harry.
I feel like the Harry Goodman
I'm Harry.
in the Detective Pikachu is kind of like in that in Nino Kuni 2, where that freaking prince with
name
the animal.
Evan?
His name's
that
Evan.
freaking prince.
It's Evan and Roland.
yeah, I hate that. I hate Roland.
I love it. I think it's fantastic. I love the English names that they assign, actually.
Yeah.
I like them a lot.
Evan.
Evan.
Yeah,
Harry Goodman.
So Harry is missing, and so you're playing as Tim, and you basically like Tim. His name is Tim. I know. That's his name in Japanese too. You're playing as Tim, and the two of them pal around. So in between cases, like you go to the coffee shop or whatever, and Pikachu just flirts with every single woman he runs into, and no one can understand him except him. So it's just like deep voiced Pika sounds.
What the hell?
And all these women are like, "You're so cute," and like pick him up by his ears, and they're like, "You're so cute, Pikachu." And he's like, "No, baby, please. This is what I'm into." What? And it's very weird.
That's so
He literally like winks at all the women and is just like kind of like sidling up to them.
But how tall is
And-
he compared to Tim?
I mean, he's like Pikachu size.
Okay.
So he's like 2 feet. And then Tim is like a tall teen.
What is Pikachu gonna do once he gets a date? I don't understand.
I don't know.
What's your end game here?
Yeah.
You can't bone.
I mean, we don't know that. We can't assume that he can't.
He doesn't
bone.
wear clothes. He doesn't have a penis.
Okay, neither did the freaking fish guy from Shape of Water. And they made it work.
No, it's an
she-
internal thing.
Yeah,
Just
she
it-
described it to her
which
friend.
is
so
the
maybe
same
it's
for mice,
internal
right?
for Pikachu. Yeah.
I'm not going to look up mouse sticks on this show.
And not
That's
on,
not going to be something
forget
I
it.
and
do
not on your
a-
work laptop.
on my work. I mean,
I will take the L and I will Google Pikachu dick later. Don't worry.
This is going to end up as
This is my
Pikachu.
call for creators making children's properties. I mean, maybe it's my problem. Maybe it's my problem that when I see
Yes.
animal character, like cutesy animal characters flirting with human people, I'm like, nasty. Maybe I'm projecting.
No, it is nasty.
Yeah, because
Why are you kink shaming?
That shouldn't
Exactly.
happen.
Exactly.
like Sonic kissing that lady.
I literally had an argument
Why
with
did that happen?
everyone earlier this week about how I love Detective Pikachu and Sonic, and
Well,
I'm
you
not
said
ashamed.
deep voice Pikachu. That's
He has deep voice.
disgusting.
Well, remember, he's going to be voiced by Ryan Reynolds in the movie, so like that level of voice.
If they make
Yeah.
Pikachu horny in that movie, I'm gonna die.
What if he's just Deadpool again?
Yeah.
But as a Pikachu, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. You know what? Go for it.
Embrace it.
I find
No,
it inspiring.
I'm not embracing it. I refuse to embrace it. Shall we move on to another lightning round?
Please.
Hit me up with that lightning. Na 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 na. This
That's
is
my
from
song. Sorry.
Na 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 na. Can you wait? Let's do a little na 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 na.
Oh.
Na, 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 na. Okay, good. I got it. All right. This is from Cleric Mutual. What are the best and worst games to be a random merchant NPC in? Ho, 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 ho.
Okay, Animal Crossing,
Why?
because you make so much freaking bank off everyone.
Oh, best. Okay, yeah.
that's
sorry,
for
I got-
best.
Once again, I'm good at reading.
Worst would probably be like Battlefield 1.
I
or
would
something.
argue that Animal Crossing is.
You have no basis for that whatsoever. You're just like
Are there even merchants in Battlefield?
some guy in the middle of the fucking field, like, who wants a sausage?
Like, please don't blow me up. I'm just trying to sell
Please, I'm
pretzels.
just-
I've got ammunition for sale. Would you like some period accurate
I've
weaponry?
got my sausages. Are you hungry?
He has a little
Please.
sausage cart.
And then he has a little
Oh.
popcorn cart.
They keep blowing him up.
This is a tax-free zone. Who wants my popcorn? I have a kettle corn too. If you want.
There's no kettle corn in war.
How the hell do you know that? You wouldn't know.
You're so
I just heard that
You
slogan
don't
that
know.
kettle corn never changes.
That's true. But war changes everything.
Yeah.
Okay, that's settled. So definitely. Chelsea, what were you going to say about Animal Crossing?
Oh, I think it's the worst actually because you have to accept all the fruit that people have like shaken off of trees. It's like, oh, you brought me some shit from around town and you expect me to give you money
Here's the
for it?
thing. You don't always have to accept it. You can deny the garbage.
Wait,
You have all the rules. You can set your own rules, girl.
Yeah, but they don't in the game. I'm saying like the
In the game, they do.
yeah.
Like if you fish up trash,
Mm.
you don't have to buy it.
Yeah,
It's great.
it's true. But I mean, like if you're bringing someone 15 or 30 beetles, you're like, here's my bugs.
That is true.
okay, but if you're a beetle merchant, that's like your thing, right?
That's true.
You signed on to that.
I did sign up for this beetle merchant thing. It was very
Also, everyone in the Animal Crossing world fucking loves beetles.
I
yeah.
studied beetles in
They're
college.
great. Best merchant would be in Stardew Valley because they work whatever nonsensical hours they want to work. They take Wednesday off. Harvey, it's fine. I don't care. Ooh, the Robin who makes all my houses is not home ever. That's fine. I don't remember if that's exactly her name, but the woman who is supposed to build the silo for my fucking chickens. Anyway, it would be very nice. And then you live in an idyllic small town that's perfect where everyone is bisexual and happy.
That's lovely.
Yes. Ashley.
So it's not a game, but the worst place to be a merchant is I thought
Sorry,
of
that was an
Avatar
audio
the-
nightmare.
It's
Someone has to listen
It'll
to
sound
this.
great. It'll sound
It'll sound fine. Yeah.
I'm so okay.
Carry on.
In
Avatar.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, you all know what happened to the cabbage guy.
We know what happened to the cabbage guy.
I feel so bad.
His cabbages.
It's rough.
His cabbages were
Anytime
destroyed.
like someone just makes a random because it's so old by now that like anytime someone drops something and like or I drop something, I just my cabbages, and like no one knows what the fuck I'm saying, even me.
Kids these days. Okay, wait. Okay, so we've had a good assortment of worst and best games.
Yes.
All right, next
Yes.
question. This is from Jay and the Sush. Which character would you find an automaton version of to any degree acceptable? So characters, we discussed Kirby as an automaton is a crime against nature, according to Allegra. I think I like it. Ashley and I like it.
Someone on Twitter actually had a fantastic idea. It's even better than Kirby. Jigglypuff would make the most sense.
Yes.
Because she's round and she sings.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's good.
Her name was Erin. And I replied to her. I was like, yes, Erin, fuck.
Wait,
Good
like
idea.
When you say that, do you mean like a character you'd find in a Chuck E. Cheese? Like,
What?
I don't know.
No.
What I don't
like
know.
a character that would be acceptable as
Like that.
Like for this.
Oh,
It's
and
not like one of those
Yeah.
talking
Oh, not as an
animatronics.
automaton. Sorry, I read
I was
that
not.
wrong.
I was
no,
not
it's
reading
okay.
that because I
Oh.
just like Allegra's heads
I
in
was
the way.
like, why are you
I
bringing in Chuck E.
mispronounced it.
Cheese to this?
Five Nights, go. I mean, every Five Nights monster, every Five Nights automaton would be a good automaton. Automaton?
Oh, I would
I'm
have
not pronouncing it correctly.
Yes. What about a Pikmin? Because they're like long.
Oh,
That would be so cute.
That would be cute.
I love it. Okay. Me. I want me. It would be horrifying.
It just
But
does
it
your
would be
laugh.
so
scary.
acceptable.
Where would your teeth be? Would they be like
No
in-
teeth.
Okay. No teeth.
No teeth.
I want an Ashley one because
Why?
where does the automaton end and Ashley begin at this point?
They don't.
They're the same.
They are one. They have.
Okay.
Audio nightmare. Title of this episode. Okay, yeah, next question. That was great. This is from Matt.
Hi, Matt.
If someone were to make a game about your life, what would the genre and name be? Ooh. Okay, I have a kind of boring answer for this. I think it would be like a Papers, Please-esque task management game where it's a browser. It's in like the setting. It looks like a browser and you're just trying to juggle a lot of different things such as editing videos for Polygon.com and writing romance novels and talking to people in Messenger. And if you spend too much time on any one of those tasks, your computer will catch on fire.
Oh my god.
Why?
Wow. This
I'm
is
feeling a little
serious.
stressed today.
Wait, what's it called?
It's called Sim.
Simone.
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 I don't even know
Simone.
that.
Simone.
Okay. No, that's just
No.
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 Sim mode.
Sim mode.
Yeah.
Simone Simulator.
Simone
Simulator.
Nope, that's a
Or-
different game.
Wow.
Or it would be a Sims-esque game where you are trying to decorate your apartment, but you can only decorate your apartment in French country style, and you become obsessed with reading articles about what that means. Anyway, who else has a game? Chelsea.
I have no games. I'm scared.
Okay.
Oh.
Managing editor of Polygon.com.
Evelyn.
Yes, Ashley, hit
It's
us up.
it's like a combination between Cooking Mama and oh god, what is that name of that game where you're a cat and you have to knock everything over really
Cat
fast?
Simulator.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Catastrophe.
Catastrophe.
It's something like that.
Something like
Yeah, I
that,
know what you're
right?
talking
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
catastrophe.
Yeah. So it's you have to prepare these meals, and while you're preparing these meals, every so often you have to like a paw will come up on the table and you have to bat it away before he gets to it. Because he does that every time I cook dinner. It doesn't matter what it is. It's like there's a table where the table meets the wall, there's a tiny little gap. And you just see this paw come out of the crevice, and he just like he will take anything: turkey, onions, garbage, paper, anything.
That's That's great. Wait, what would your game
Yeah.
be called?
Oh, I don't know.
That's what
Okay,
it's
well,
called.
we'll
Oh,
workshop.
I
don't know. Oh, I don't know. The game.
Sorry. My game would be a visual novel, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like it wouldn't be a dating sim necessarily, but basically it would be like diary entries from my diary. That would be extremely sad. Each page would have like a different Smith's lyric, or Smiths as in the Smiths, and also Elliot Smith.
The two Smiths.
Oh my
Occasionally
God.
Will Smith, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Jaden and Willow also.
Oh God, Jaden.
Not
And
Jada.
so- no, hell no. I
Why?
don't like Jada Pinkett. I'm
Why
sorry.
don't you like Jada Pinkett Smith?
What song has she ever made?
Well, what's wrong? She's a great actress.
She's a smart lady.
She has never done anything.
She's
Whoa.
married to Will
She's
Smith. She
fantastic.
produced Jaden and Willow.
She produced.
Yeah, she
She
produced
brought them up right.
She mixed them.
She mixed them.
Yeah.
Sound audio mixing in
She
there.
mastered them. Stop! That's a thing in music.
Okay. Carry on.
Anyway, so you would read the diary entries, and each one would then like have a scene attached to it. So you would like read the really sad thing, and it'd be like about my day, and then it would go into my day, which is like a dialogue thing, and it's always about like my crushes. So it always ends really sadly because that's how every crush I've ever had ends. And then like you're just going through my whole life, and I always end up forever alone, and that's what it's called.
So Nina Freeman is making this for
Yes.
you. Yes. Okay.
Nina.
Chelsea, do you have one now?
I'm thinking super hard, and the closest thing I can think of is like something as stressful as Super Monkey Ball.
Oh my God, yeah, that's so stressful.
So you have something stressful like Super Monkey Ball, and you have to, with a time limit. And,
Yes.
and
Let's come up
Wait,
with a theme.
help
for
me come
it.
up with a thing.
Is your cat in it?
Yeah, I
The
was gonna
cat-
say, is she in the ball?
She's in the ball.
You have to get her out of the ball.
I was thinking like work would be in the ball.
Oh God.
And you have to chase it down those crazy like tracks in a certain time limit and catch it.
What? I think Vegas
Why
should
would
be
I-
in there.
yeah.
Because work is
Vegas
really
is in the ball.
stressful.
No,
Vegas
there's
is
a
in
cat
the ball.
there. It's just like, "Meow."
Next question.
Vegas is in the ball.
This is from Rustic69. If you could have any artist, living or dead, write a version of the hashtag Polygon Show theme song with lyrics, whomst wouldst thou chooseth? So Elliot Smith, obviously.
Oh God, no. That would be
It's
really
such a
funny,
cheery
though.
song, and then Elliot Smith is just sadly.
I want Nick Drake to write it.
I want Bono to write it
Oh no.
Why?
because it would be a moving epic.
I want Raffi to write it.
I don't know who that is.
I want-
Banana phone?
I want Riff Raff to write it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Riff Raff. he'd be
No,
good.
I want.
Flo Rida to write it.
Okay, yeah, there we go. No, Kesha. I want
DMX.
Kesha to write it.
Yes.
I want Flavor Flav to write it.
Okay, now we're just naming artists. Okay, I think we have to choose from. So living or dead? We'd all named Beethoven. Living Beethoven. Did you write?
Can you
What's
imagine
the lyrics?
if he had to write a fucking song for us?
We handed this beautiful beat that Miles gave us, and we're like, writes to that Beethoven. I know you mainly work in
gonna be
orchestral
so. I know
music.
he's gonna be
All
so
the lyrics
angry.
are just what?
Lil Jon featuring Beethoven featuring Lil Jon.
Beethoven featuring Lil Jon. Yes.
I want to be
Okay.
Chance the Rapper doing that weird squawk he always
Okay.
does.
So we're going to send them all to Berlin. They're going to work with Beethoven. I don't know if he lived in Berlin, but I'm just imagining. Because U2's best album, Achtung Baby, was written in Berlin in, the days when the Berlin Wall was taken down. Okay. Okay, and that's who it'll be. It'll be Chance the Rapper,
And
Beethoven, and who else was it?
Lil Jon.
Lil
Lil
Jon.
Jon and Ashley's Otamatone.
That's perfect. The dream team right there. Next question, please, God. This is from Mundane Salad. If you were a romanceable character in a game like Stardew Valley, what would you like to be given to earn your friendship and love? Okay, so in Stardew Valley, every character has stuff that they like, stuff that they don't like, and stuff that they absolutely fucking love. What would your stuff that gets friendship points be?
Deluxe fancy roasted and unsalted mixed nuts.
Ooh.
Wow.
Damn.
I know what I like.
Yeah.
So I'd be planting cashew plants
Yeah,
on
yeah.
my farm. Okay. Okay.
Does it have to be like an organic thing? Can I just say sour gummy worms? That's
No, that's perfectly
That's-
fine.
all right,
Yeah,
cool.
you could buy them at Joja Mart. I've played that game. I know what I'm about. So sour gummy worms, fancy, extremely deluxe, fancy mixed nuts, or whatever you call it. Ashley,
Lasagna.
lasagna, very good.
Just give me a casserole.
I'm gonna just go old school and say I fucking love like fancy ass dark chocolate truffles.
Ooh.
I'm an expensive bitch. What can I say?
Mm.
Okay, let's talk about what's going on this week. Let's do some news. Okay, so Geguri, our favorite Overwatch player and one of the only, she is still currently the only woman playing in the Overwatch League, correctly?
Mhm.
So correctly, that was grammatically
Wow.
wrong.
Oof, correct.
Oh.
Question mark.
Oh.
She,
Sorry, I just realized how terrible of a mistake. I don't.
Yeah. it was a question, not an accusation. So she was tweeting some sad stuff about her self-image this week. And Maddie at Compete, which is Kotaku's esports vertical, wrote a wonderful article asking people to leave her the fuck alone. Can one of you summarize for me kind of the situation as it is?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, the situation was, let's see, she had tweeted out something specifically, which was like, when I, get stressed, because like she obviously has been, she like tends to eat a lot. And then she said something along the lines of like, oh, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I apologize for being like ugly. Like, I'm probably going to gain weight. And she's like, because Geguri means frog in Korean. She's like, next time you see me, I'm going to be a toad. And I was just like, what the fuck? I mean, and like, in addition to that, like, I mean, no matter who, or I'm sorry, let me put it this way. No matter, I feel like what you look like, if you are one of the first female Overwatch League players, you are going to, like, everyone and their mother, especially in Twitch chat, which I feel like should be disabled for Overwatch League personally. Well, like, every guy has to sort of come in and chime in and be like, say whether or not he would have sex with her, or like how attractive they think she is, which I think is absolute bullshit. And like a lot of people I know at it said stuff along the lines of like, oh, like, is she supposed to be a girl? She doesn't look like one. And it's just so fucking awful. And like, even though she has such an outpouring of support from the community, like so many people love her. I love her. I mean, she is a lot, but I mean, like, she's also a person. She is also still a teen. Like, that stuff is going to get to you no matter what.
She's 18 and like you feel very usually 18 you don't really always feel great about your body.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how old she is.
She's 18.
Yeah, like that's a very typical sentiment, I feel like, for teens, older teens, whatever, to express. And so, but it's definitely magnified being that she is like a public figure. And it's sad. Like, I imagine people are sort of using that against her now. I would assume.
What do you mean?
Like taking that and being like, yeah, you will look like a toad. Yeah, you are fat or whatever.
It's ridiculous.
Which is terrible.
But
because
there is good in that a lot of the internet is like, no,
Yeah.
girl,
Alone.
you're freaking great.
Yeah, I saw that one person on Tumblr had a very impassioned response. It was in all caps, my fave. And it was just like, I mean, and I totally agree. It's like, she shouldn't, like, why the fuck does it matter what she looks like? It should matter, like, if she is playing the game. That is her job. Her job isn't to look good for you. It's to play the game well.
And she's
so
the best Zarya in the world.
I just,
Like, this is why, like, when people look at the gender ratio in Overwatch League and they're like, well, there just aren't enough good women. Like, this is why. It's because it's not just happening in Twitch chat when you are the best Zarya player in the world. It's when you are in the esports community, coming up, just starting to play, going to tournaments, whatever, that conversation is happening not just in Twitch chat, it's happening with the people around you. It's people being assholes at every step of that process. And that is why there are so few women who make it to the point that Geguri made it to.
Yeah, and it's not like any of the other players are feeling any of the, like, the 1% of the objectification that she is. Like,
yeah, it's just that I know that there's going to be so much attention and speculation on her appearance, and we like never do that almost ever for any of the other male players. It's just like, yep, it's a bunch of dudes playing Overwatch. I mean, why can't it just be Geguri playing Overwatch? I don't know.
It is especially weird because, yeah, it's esports. Like, you're not really supposed to be looking at the players. You're looking at the screen.
But yeah, I think because like Overwatch League is getting so big and, you know, like ESPN has like lately been picking up on esports too, that, you know, like there's like bleed over and some influences like you're seeing from like the typical, like sports and entertainment industry, like certain patterns moving over to esports, which like kind of sucks because it's still growing. And so there's a lot of room to change those types of things. But I mean, like, the fact is, at least right now for Overwatch League, there just aren't that many women at like that grandmaster level.
Yeah.
Even if there were, I mean, we're still going to run into the same issue of just like, who's hot?
They should disable Twitch chat. Step one.
Absolutely should.
Easiest thing to do. No Man's Sky is coming to the Xbox One, and Allegra has a controversial opinion.
I like that game a lot. And I know a lot of people hated it.
No, doesn't Tara Long love that
Tara
game?
also.
2 people in the world.
Shout out to Tara.
I'm sorry. I know at least 3 people actually don't like it. But anyway.
Yeah, so I don't think about No Man's Sky too often, but today they announced it's coming back.
But when I do.
Yeah, when I do, oh baby. So they're giving it a big free update, and it's coming to Xbox One, which is interesting because like the game has changed a lot since launch, but like I don't know that there's really a sizable audience that would want to pick it up now in 2018, especially on Xbox. But just like hearing that reminded me of like, even at launch, I really enjoyed that game. And it's one of those rare games for me where I can just lose myself in doing.
But do you still go
nothing.
back to it?
I would. If I played games that were on consoles more and not just Pokemon games on my freaking 3DS, I think about going back to it all the time.
This also seems like a game that it's not on PC, right? Like
It is on PC.
it is on PC. Oh yeah, that's right. It's been a minute since I paid attention. So
It's the problem with No Man's Sky is that people paid a lot of attention to it and then they paid no attention to it. And that has unfortunately been the life cycle of that video game. I don't know. So do you think, Chelsea, do you think that anything will change now that it's coming to Xbox One?
no, I mean, well, Xbox One has a like 1/2 to 1/3 of the install base of PS4. So
Yeah, and it's already on PS4. It's already on PC. I mean, PC is basically Xbox in IMO. So
that is true because I
Yeah.
keep installing any Xbox game onto Windows 10 now and just playing it that way.
yeah,
I don't know that it's going to like reinvigorate the player base at all, but like hearing this news today just made me kind of really sad.
Actually, you know what? I'm kind of happy about it because I mean, the fact that that studio is still working on it and
Yeah, that's a
kind of
good point.
that they have themselves behind the game, because after it came out and they were getting so much harassment and it kind of bombed when it came out and it was really disappointing and sad. Like, I admire them for sticking with it and still
Yeah.
working on it and bringing it to new platforms and continuing to iterate on it and update it as they have. So
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
I won't play it, but I'm into it. I'm happy for them.
Yeah, I'm
sorry.
I'm glad that they keep making iterations to the game because they're like the No Man's Sky subreddit is actually pretty positive now. Like that there's a lot of community there of people who are really into the base building and all this stuff. So that is good that they're still supporting the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Nintendo Switch menu icons. People apparently have opinions about them. And the icon for Snake Pass was recently updated to great fandom glee, I guess. Why is this a story, Allegra?
Yeah, I mean,
It's weird. So Chelsea and I had a conversation.
Sell
about
me on this.
So basically, Snake Pass actually kickstarted this back when it came out a year ago. What the hell?
So behind us is an enormous photo close-up of the eyes of the main character from Snake Pass, who is a snake.
what is his name?
God,
Noodle.
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 Noodle and Doodle.
Oh, yeah.
Ashley is correct.
That is adorable.
So
His
cute.
blue eyes are staring directly into mine, no matter what direction I'm looking, actually. So that's cool. Continue.
Okay, so one of my favorite things about Nintendo Switch fans or Nintendo fans is they're very obsessed with like the most granular thing. So when Snake Pass came out, it had like just the, cover art, I guess, or like the promo art as its home menu icon. So like when you're on your home menu on your Switch and like you go to click on a game, like that was the icon. And then there was an update like 3 months after the game came out that changed the icon from like the pretty like promo art to something more mobile-esque where it's just Noodle's head Like it's just like a big picture of Noodle's head, and everyone got so mad.
I do not understand.
It was weird. Like everyone was like, "I'm uninstalling this game. I want my money
Who
back."
is everyone? Who is
So everyone is in the people on
The vocal minority on the internet.
Reddit.
Okay.
what, like
thought it was
3
cute.
people?
No, like
It's a
huge
lot of
threads
people.
for months.
Why?
This
They
is
made bots.
Sorry, we should be respectful of this niche community.
So Snake Pass was the first one, but like a bunch of other ones too.
and, oh yeah, when people now unveil their Switch icons, it's like a big deal.
Yeah, Owlboy had a notoriously bad one. Yeah, people are praised. Stardew Valley had a good one, and that was like huge news in the Nintendo Switch fan community where they're like, "Oh, good job, we'll buy this game now."
This is so weird to me because I thought the like simple minimalist snakehead was a better icon.
Huh.
Like,
So,
why would you
yeah.
want something that busy when you could just have a simple thing?
The reason that they don't like the like simple icon, which is Noodle, Noodle's so cute.
Noodle's adorable.
Is that it looks very mobile-esque. So when you just
So
look
it's
at
an
it,
anti-mobile game bias.
sort of when you look at it on the home menu, like obviously we know, okay, that's freaking Snake Pass, that's Noodle, but it's not immediately apparent what it is.
They bought the game. They should
I
know
know,
what.
I
like-
know.
I'm sorry. I'll probably get an at or two about this, but it doesn't make any sense to me.
I'm not saying I'm necessarily on their team, but like it is definitely a huge debate. Like every time a new game is announced, they in the Switch Reddit community, they're like, we need to see this icon first. And sometimes people are like, oh, I like the icon. I guess I'll check this game out. Like even if they have no idea what it is. And it just points to me of like Nintendo fans care about
Things that don't matter.
everything to the nth degree, and it's fascinating. And like it's just so weird. Like this is such a weird aesthetic
I mean, that
obsession.
kind of it's thematically appropriate for Nintendo because Nintendo is a company that's very detail oriented
Yeah.
and very like precious about what games are on their platforms. They're precious about what their hardware is like. Like they're very, very. They have their shit together, and
Yeah.
it makes sense to me that the super hardcore fans would be as anal as Nintendo is.
Yeah.
So, but I was looking at my Switch icons and I was like, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has like a busy icon. It's like all of Rainbow Road behind Mario in a cart with the whole title and a bunch of other junk.
It's like the cover art.
yeah, it's the cover art squished into a.
Everything but that. Nintendo
Square.
cares about everything except Mario Kart's Switch icon.
So my point being is that seems like a really busy thing, and yet people are like, oh, I hate that one. Versus like, it'd be so nice if it was just a checkered flag with Mario's hat or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Simple
Yes, a flag with just Mario's head. Hat. That's what I want. All right. Do you guys want to read some emails? One specific email. All right. This is from Trevor. Hey, Polygon friends. During this Christmas, my older brother and I were stuck at my parents' house in Southern California with no transportation and proceeded to buy and play Crawl on my Switch for nearly 3 days straight. Now that we're once again several states apart, it feels weird to play the game without him. Do y'all have any games that you can only play with certain people, and will that weirdness ever go away? I still haven't gotten all the achievements. Best, Trevor. And Trevor actually also says that they sent in another email question in October about the work-life balance, and that they are looking to be an actor, and they're on the verge of submitting the last of their MFA applications using some of our advice. So thank you so much, Trevor. Yay!
good luck.
Sorry, I didn't read this email before you just started reading it out loud. I was trying to summarize. I ended up just kind of reading the email. Anyway, so okay, games that you co-op play with other or play with other people, not necessarily co-op, that you can't play on their own.
This one makes me really sad, actually.
Oh no.
But I will say it anyway. So I played Persona 3 with my sister all the way through. And then we were going to do that with Persona 4. And then, like, this was in high school. We started getting busier. I was like, okay, like, let's play Persona 4 tonight. And she'd be like, oh no, like, I have homework or I don't want to. I'm not feeling it. And so that would just keep happening for like a month. And eventually I just stopped asking. But I still felt like, well, I played Persona 3 for like 100+ hours with her. I'm not going to play it without her. Like, this is our game. So that's why I've never finished Persona 4. And I don't think I'll
really sad.
ever be able to play it again because it always just is like, no, I have to see that with my sister.
Oh no.
And I don't know that Arms Frank is going to want to play that with me. So
That is super sad. Chelsea, do you have any?
I did a very similar situation to Trevor, but with my boyfriend when we were living apart, and I went to visit him for Christmas. We played Skyward Sword, and he copied the save file that we'd created together onto a memory card for me, and then I was like, but I don't want to play it without him. It was, yeah,
That's so cute.
because I was like, it's just sad.
Did you end up
And
playing
also
it?
dowsing. I
Did you
hate dowsing. I would just be like, please do this part. This is bull crap.
Did you end up like playing it
I've
again?
never finished. We've never finished it together or separate.
Oh wow.
I mean, yeah, we live together, so this is kind of messed up.
So you never need to play it again.
No, because there's a better Zelda out that I can play by myself.
Wait, Sean?
Yes.
Oh, it's Sean. I thought you were talking about like a different.
Nope.
No, this was a happy story.
This was a happy story.
Oh my
about,
god!
yeah,
what do
this
you
is
guys? You
how
guys
Sean and
lived-
I
play Skyward Sword.
Is it worth it? I could not handle the motion controls of dowsing. Like that was the part where I was like, this is so unfun for me that like playing it together made that stuff that I like found annoying bearable, you know?
I didn't play Skyward Sword.
It's very
but
like
I know it involves the Wii.
involved doing a lot of bullshit with your hand and the Wii remote that isn't like a game motion. Okay.
Doing a lot of bullshit with your hand.
That's yeah.
There are definitely a lot of games that I played when I was living with my best friend Emmett that I haven't really played since. Some that I have gone back to, like Peggle, that I'll pop out at a party or something. But like we would play that game for hours, just like passing the controller back and forth and trying to get the trophies. Peggle 2, rather. And the little Big Planet games, like we played through every single one of those together. And Minecraft also. I definitely haven't gone back to Minecraft without him. I don't know why I would. So those games I'll definitely always associate with him. I don't know that I would like feel guilty about playing them without him, but I definitely always think about him when I play them or even think about them. So there's a lot of thinking going on in this scenario. Yeah, and I would love to be able to play Little Big Planet with him again. Ashley.
I mean, I think there are some games that I associate with people, but
This is such a fucking sad question.
it is sad because
sorry, Trevor.
I
we're
was a
sad
very
now.
sad and extremely lonely child, and I don't have any siblings, so I don't really have that problem because I play most of my games by myself.
That's sad.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. All right. This is a question you'll love, Allegra. This is from Chris. Is a PS Vita worth it? You four are the best.
yes.
Okay. Since Chelsea mentioned she's been playing Persona 4 Golden, I figured this would be a good time to ask. I've been considering picking up a PS Vita. Mostly I'm excited for the remote play feature so I can play my PS4 on the go or in my bedroom. I was also a huge fan of Persona 2 and 3, but missed my opportunity to play P4 due to being overseas. I'm a huge JRPG fan as well. My question is, based on all of this, would you recommend I purchase a PS Vita? Is it even worth it this late? Whenever someone at Polygon mentions they're playing on a PS Vita, it's typically followed by a series of giggles. I become a bit discouraged from the potential purchase.
I mean,
what are your
it
thoughts?
is.
Also, new or used? Thanks so much.
Used, but used, I think you can get a
Hell
good
yeah.
deal. Especially because I think the better PS Vita, controversial opinion maybe, but the better one is the old one because it's got that nice OLED screen, which is much brighter.
That screen is good.
It's such a good screen. It's a little heavier, but it's like
It's so
such
beautiful,
a beautiful
though.
screen. So yes, we've talked about Tearaway, a game you
Tearaway.
could probably get
Yeah.
a bunch of time into. And Persona
10 hours.
10 hours.
It's 10 hours long.
I mean, it's also on PS4.
But
But it's different!
Yeah, but Persona 4 is not on PS4.
Persona 4 Golden, Persona 4 Dancing all night.
yeah,
Which I actually really liked.
I have not played. Oh my god.
Metal Gear
I just had a
Solid
moment.
2 and 3 are on PS
They're
Vita.
on Vita? Wow. Okay, yeah, this person likes JRPG. So are there any other JRPGs besides P4 that would be fun for them to play?
That aren't also on like PS4.
Yeah, because there's a lot of crossplay. I would say honestly, like just getting it for Golden, which is a 110-hour game, like that's a value proposition, man.
I mean, I guess the cool thing is like what they were saying of remote play.
Yeah.
So you could just get like PS4 RPGs and then play them on your Vita. Or
That's true.
you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where the remote play feature comes in. I mean, sorry, Chelsea.
No,
go
I
on.
was saying like my one other suggestion is buy a PS TV used on eBay because that's $30.
I have one. Yeah.
And
I
that
like
is
it.
you can plug that into your TV and play PS Vita games.
Without a Vita?
with
yeah.
the controller. Yeah.
You just use a PlayStation 3 controller.
Oh my god. Okay, so yeah,
Those
there's
things
your
reach-
solution. So you
I-
can play Golden
You can play
with
Golden.
a PS TV
Yes.
for $30.
Yes.
You couldn't play Tearaway. So of course, if you're looking for Tearaway, which is Game of the Year
the one
2015,
the one game that uses the back touchpad of the Vita.
the only one, because Sony paid them to do that. And they did a very good job of it. It's a perfect game. It's great. Anyway, yeah, that's a good idea, Chelsea. Way to find a solution to a problem.
eBay, man. It's
eBay.
solve your problems.
Oh, yeah. All right. This is from Chuck. I finally got a chicken dinner in PUBG. I don't really have a question. I just want to share this most excellent news with my favorite podcast. Just kidding! What has been your most satisfying game moment? For me, it was the revelation in Knights of the Old Republic when a very spoilery thing happened in Knights of the Old Republic that players of Knights of the Old Republic will know about.
Yo, that was a moment. That was so good. It's very good.
I am sure.
I
Now I know what it is. Thanks, Chuck.
wait.
I don't know what it
I've been
is.
meaning to play Knights of the Old Republic literally since I was a teenager, and this is like the
Here's the
epitome of my
thing.
procrastination.
I had it spoiled for me. I was so close to the end. One of my friends casually spoiled it, and it still was really good. And like, I wouldn't change a thing.
Okay,
So yeah.
someday. All
Someday.
right, then in 15 more years, I will play Knights of the Old Republic on an ancient computer. Okay, most satisfying game moment. Does anyone have one that rises to the surface?
I can just think of a recent one. I don't know like what my most satisfying ever is, but I tried Fortnite for the first time recently on an iPad and I got in 4th place. And like, I'm not good at games in general, but like especially games like that. I did not fire a gun once or anything. I just was really good at stealthing.
Really
I
good.
got in 4th out of 100 and that was the first time I'd ever played and it felt very good.
How did you? Yeah, that was my question.
How did you die? Yeah.
Oh, so once it was down
Thanks,
to 4, like we were all kind of in the same area because it's like
Yeah.
PUBG, right? We're the circle. So we all were in the same area, and then I was like trying to run from one cover to another, and I got shot.
There you go. That's
like
always
very
how it
quickly.
happens.
Yeah.
Chelsea, do you have a satisfying game moment?
I don't know. I can't think of most. I'm going to just go with a recent one because I beat Monster Hunter World, like saw the end credits of that game last weekend after 115
yeah.
hours. And I felt
Wow.
extremely proud of myself because you fight like a series of harder and harder bosses. And the final one is like an electric blue lizard dragon with a bunch of eyes. It's beautiful and really hard and very fun.
That is very cool. All right. Ashley, what about you?
Yeah, same. I can only think of a recent one. I was playing Tracer in Overwatch, and I don't know how, but I got a 27-player kill streak.
Wow, are we actually having a
Wow.
positive Overwatch
Yeah.
moment right now?
It was
Very proud of you.
it's wonderful.
Wow.
This will never happen
And,
again.
Probably not.
God. I think mine would be, I mean, I obviously have Little Big Planet on the brain, but just like playing the end of Little Big Planet 2 is very like heartfelt and satisfying. And especially when you're playing it through on co-op with another person, like you get to that moment and it's very like, we did this together. We saved the world. This feels so good. So that's definitely one of my most satisfying moments.
Beating anything co-op should be like an achievement.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like you have to also play with each other nicely and not kill each. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I wouldn't include like getting trophies on Peggle on that list because it's a very painstaking and rage inducing activity. But Little Big Planet is just like pure joy straight into your veins all the way through. So like that was a really lovely experience. All right. Thank you everyone for your questions. And of course, if you would like to email questions into the show, you can email them to polygonshow@polygon.com. And if you have questions that you want us to answer lightning round style at PAX East next week, please email those in as well and just include PAX East in the subject line or something like that. And if you have characters that you want us to do a shipping bracket with, remember not ships, but just characters on their own, at PAX East at the panel. And we are recording that. We will be releasing the panel later. So even if you're not going to be at PAX East, you can enjoy that. So email those to polygonshow@polygon.com as well. Just let us know in the subject line what your intentions are with this email.
What are your intentions?
What are your intentions? What do you want us to do with this information? If you would like to submit a lightning round question, you can tweet it to Polygon Show, #Polygon Show. tweet hashtag Polygon Show, just anything with hashtag Polygon Show, and we'll see that. It'll be in the lightning round. It'll be great. And we will also be soliciting questions from the audience at the panel. So don't worry, don't stress about it. If you're going to be there, you get a chance to write it down on a piece of paper and it'll be fun. After this stream ends, we are going to do a Twitter after show, and it's going to be incredibly ridiculous. It involves 2 Nerf guns that are sitting under this table right here, and we're going to be just having a grand old time. It's going to be funny, if you know what I mean.
Ew.
Jokes.
Just not the face.
Jokes, jokes,
I
jokes.
don't like that face.
You didn't even see the face, Ashley.
No, I meant not like don't hit.
Oh,
us-
don't hit the
each
face.
other in
Well,
the
the
face.
face was also bad.
I made a
That's
great
me.
face.
What was it? Can you do it again?
No, please don't.
Can you?
Ah!
Okay. That's
Audio only.
whole new
Be
face.
glad.
Yeah. So this part will get cut out anyway, because the audio show doesn't need to know about our shenanigans. Okay. Yes, I think I've said everything. So join us on Twitter for the after show. And thanks everyone for listening. If you like the podcast, you can rate it on Apple Podcasts and you can leave a review even if you want. And that's super cool of you. And that's how people know about the show, and we get more listeners and we get to do fun stuff with them. Thanks everyone. This has been the Polygon Show.